And we are back with another video, and yes, it's true, the jailbreak has arrived, but I don't want to get accused of clickbait, so it arrived, to be clear, at the dealership in St. Peter, Missouri. But I'm going to tell you all today basically what my plan is, my obstacles, in pure transparency, as well as what the payments are likely to be and the sales price of that jailbreak. So I never keep any secrets, everybody. Tell it all to you. So we're going to do that right now, but let's jump in the car so I don't drive the family crazy talking. All right, so let's jump right in. So I'm going to preface everything I say from this point forward with I tell the truth. I am honest on YouTube. I am not going to lie to you all. I am going to tell you straight up what the payments are, what my price on that car is, how long it took from the date the order went in till today. I'm going to tell you the interest rate that I expect to get, the range of interest rate I expect to get, because I have a driveway and garage full of cars, so getting financing is probably at some point in this downward spiraling economy going to become more challenging. So everything I'm going to share with you is the truth, and what sucks about that sometimes is once in a while there's always that one clown that wants to get in the comments and go, you could have got 0% interest at Dodge, you could have got 2.9% interest if you would have went through so-and-so, and you must have crappy credit to get that interest rate, and I can't believe you paid that much for the car because my guy in, you know, Muskogee somewhere can get me a better deal and you just got ripped off. Listen, if you're that guy, I said this before many times, you're the guy that doesn't get invited places. No one wants to hang out with you. You're the guy that shows up after somebody does something and then tells them all the great deals you could have got them because you're so much better than them as you drive away in your 1980 Corolla. So I don't want to hear it. Keep it to yourself. Sorry for the rant, but it just gets tiring. The comment section is mentally exhausting. I want to read all of your comments, but then when I get down to one and there's just this one guy sitting in his basement with no shirt on and potato chips all over his stomach, his mom screaming at him, deciding to pound the daylights out of that keyboard to talk trash in an environment where he doesn't have to be held accountable to anything, and then he has no subscribers, no followers, no nothing on his YouTube channel. Yeah, it makes my hair on fire.
I hate that clown.
So don't punish me for telling the truth. Appreciate the fact that I'm not lying about all this information and that you get to know finally somewhere on YouTube the factual truth of what's going on. And no, I can't probably get 0% interest. There's no possible way they're going to give a guy with 5 cars and, you know, geez, it's just not going to happen. And most of those cars happen in the last few months. I mean, I'm 52 years old and my average length of credit, of new credits, like 3 years, because I paid cash for so many things in my lifetime, and there's such a span of time period where I didn't finance a lot of stuff that my situation's unique. But the reality of it is I worked hard in my life, I got to this place where I'm at, and this is where I'm at. Everything I've done leading up to this moment has led to this circumstance today. Sorry for the rant, but I just got to get that out of the way. And that felt so good. It was so therapeutic. So let's get started. So the price on the car, I've got it right here, is $95,159. It's a jailbreak 2022. I got the sunroof, and I did not get the Harman Kardon because I think it's way overpriced. I got the carbon fiber on the dash. I got the really cool hammerhead gray seats and just a few other little options. I think I got the nicer, more expensive spoiler on the back, performance spoiler, if you will. And other than that, I didn't get a whole bunch of other stuff. But I mean, the car looks beautiful. So I'll show you the video of it right now. Get that right out of the way. And I want to apologize for Nate at Napleton's video, because apparently my friend Nate, and Nate, if you're listening right now, I apologize, is using like an iPhone 6. So after this deal goes through, Nate, with the commission that you make off of me, please go get the new iPhone, because this video is a little grainy and a little bit foggy, but you can at least get a feel for what the car looks like, and I'm telling you, it is spectacular. Some of you were torn on whether I should have got the blue calipers or not, and with the very light gray interior, but I will tell you, if you look at this car, when you see this video, you're going to just go, wow, that thing is beautiful. And I did the bright badges, and it's incredible. So let's go ahead and roll that video. All right, so wasn't that beautiful? I mean, just imagine in person with that jet black, those blue calipers, those black wheels, the stripes. Remember, the stripes I plan to do after, because I can get them for a third of the cost than what Dodge was going to charge, plus I can put my OC Motivator logo embossed into those stripes. So that's why those, you don't see those on the car yet. Now let's talk about the final out the door price. Of course, in California, we get wildly destroyed on taxes, and the costs all add up to a significant amount of money. So let's go through that. So with the base price of the car price of $95,159, I've got a $499.99, a $500 administrative fee that I wrestle with them about every single time I buy the car. This time I promised them I wouldn't, and that leaves a price of $95,658. My taxes in California, $7,422. That is the price to have sunshine 360 of the 365 days a year and be able to enjoy my cars all year round. And then you've got, it says total fees of $1,049, takes the subtotal to $104,129.99. That leads me to, they did honor the $1,000 manufacturer rebate that was in place when I ordered the car. I don't think it's available now, but they honored that, and that brings the out-the-door price, cash price for this car, $103,129. So based on that dollar amount, my payment would be just around maybe $1,474 and around 6.5% interest rate at like 96 months. But I might put a little bit down. I'm contemplating whether to throw $5,000 or $10,000 at it. So I just did kind of a breakdown of, well, I'd like to get this payment to some reasonable amount in my head. So at 5.5% interest rate, because that's probably what I'm looking at. Maybe even a little bit worse, because all the crap that I did to my FICO score this last 4 months of buying all these cars has kind of dinged my FICO score. With that said, I've got a great lady that cleaned a lot of stuff off of there, inquiries that were improperly put. You know, when you ask a dealership to just run me through Chrysler, and then they run you through 17 other banks, and they're supposed to lump into one inquiry, doesn't happen. Even though Experian and TransUnion says that it will, if they're not coded properly and inputted properly, and when they're ran, it doesn't get picked up properly, it's going to look like you got a billion inquiries no matter how you cut it, and it hurts you. So I hired somebody to clean those off, because they were not supposed to run me through anyone other than the one bank. Dealers still do that even when you tell them not to, so be careful when you buy a car. So I had to clean all those things off, so I'm driving my FICO score back up so I can get the best interest rate, but I'm going to split the difference with, say, it's probably around 5.5. Somewhere between 7.5 and 3.5 I'll probably end up with, just based on my current situation. And that's fine. I can afford it. It's all good. So if I put like $4,000 down, I think I figured to get my payment where I just felt a little bit better. At 96 months, the reason why I do 96 months is I want the low payment. This is a business expense for me, and I don't plan generally to keep the cars for very long. So the less I need to put out, the lower the payment, the more profitable I can be on this YouTube business, and it just makes sense. So Again, like I said in my other videos, I never have kept a car to term. I either sell it beforehand, or if I decide that car is staying in my house, I pay that thing off. I think my Lamborghini is just literally more than halfway paid off, and there's no way I even need to wait till the 60 months that I financed that thing on. So I pay extra. It just makes sense. I don't want to owe money on a car I plan to keep. With that said, if Lamborghini goes away for the Huracan, then I'll have a bunch of equity in that car, because that car's stayed and held its value really, really well. So that's why I do the things I do. You may want to do things differently, so don't follow me. This is a business for me. So at that 96 months, that takes the payment to $1,276.97 with a $99,000 loan. I did it if they stick me with like 7.5% interest at $1,373.90 at 96 months. You know, I like the $1,276 number, and the reason why I like that number is that's kind of like what the payment was when I bought my original Red Eye, and that payment just psychologically feels better for me. So that's not bad considering the size of the loan, because Navy Federal Credit Union does really great financing. I always advise you to go to credit unions if you can. They do you better. Plus, it's a lot simpler process. I apply on my app on my phone, and they give me the approval, and then I just have the check sent to the dealership, and everything's done. And it's really a great process. Could I get a better rate shopping? Probably, but then I bang the daylights out of my credit again. And as much as I change cars, I have to be cognizant of that, and I have to be a little smarter than I was 3-4 months ago, as I did the 2 Camrys and the other, the Charger manual and the Hellcat and the other Scat Pack and then this Scat Pack, and oh my gosh, it's been crazy. So, but if you've been following a while, you know how crazy it's been. So then let's talk about how long it took to get the car. So after I had to return the other Hellcat because of the emissions issues, and by the way, this car, he checked it already, and it is California compliant, so we're not going to get any big surprises. That car is fully legal to be sold in California, so that's great news. So this car was ordered after that car. The previous car got returned for those horrible reasons. Watch the old videos if you want to know more about that. And it was put in on June 1st. So June 1st, the order was put in the system, and then everybody said they're rallying around the flagpole to try to rush this thing through. Well, here's the good news. On Friday, so that was the 23rd of September, the car actually arrived at the dealership in St. Peter, Missouri, at Napleton's. So that car is there, and the only thing keeping it from being in my lap is I need to pay for that thing, and then I need to figure out how the hell to get it to California. So I'm either going to ship that thing, or I'm going to fly out there and drive it back. Most likely I'm going to ship it, because I don't want to burn 2,000 miles on a $100,000 car just driving cross country, even though I think it could probably be very, very fun. But I probably would only make it halfway before I had 3 tickets and ended up dead. So I'm going to probably ship it out here. That's most likely the outcome. And it sounds like I'm trying to convince myself of that, because just thinking about that drive in that car sounds like so much fun. So that's what's going to hold me up. Plus, I need to get the financing in place next week. I've got a bunch of those things handled on my credit. They're all reporting Monday, Tuesday, and then that'll be good for me to go ahead and put that application in. I wanted to get that Lamborghini Huracan, so that's still dangling out there. And then I'm sitting here still wondering, do I just cancel this thing, let somebody else buy it, and put in an order for a 2023 exactly the way I want it, with one of the new colors, and just go crazy and get the final last year car? Or do I buy this thing and put in the 2023 order and buy the Huracan and then go bankrupt, and then do a video about how to go bankrupt in a very short period of time? Who knows? I'm just kidding. Not going to go bankrupt, but I may end up divorced, so I need to make some really good decisions here, and I appreciate all of your very sage input and thoughts that you share in the comments, as long as they're respectful and thoughtful and with good intentions. I appreciate those. So with that, everybody, that's the end of the video. I told you everything. I'll have more next week once I get closer to finalizing this whole thing and getting it all done. And if something doesn't go through, I'll tell you why it didn't go through. But as of right now, after seeing the video, I mean, I am really leaning on pulling the trigger on this thing. I don't know how I don't. I mean, that car looks spectacular. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment, stay motivated, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.